How's everyone? Good to see you all.
Of land and sea, I will set my people free, free to join in harmony, their world to mend. I who made the stars so bright, guide my people through the night, and to share my life with them. Whom shall I send? Here I am, Lord. It is I, Lord. I have heard you calling in the night. I will go, Lord, where you lead me. I will hold your people in my heart. I, the Lord of sky above, I will send my peace and love as my people learn to see the Christ in all. When my people hear my call, then my peace will live with all who will share my love with them. Whom shall I send? Here I am, Lord. It is I, Lord. I have heard you calling through the night. I will go, Lord, where you lead me. I will hold your people in my heart. I, the Lord of rain and snow, I will let my people know that my light is meant for all to share within, as we join together in mind and in praise the pure divine, who will show that love to
Thank you, Carol. As I was listening to the words of that melody, it speaks very strongly to the message that I would like to bring this morning. Does God call us to a divine work? And I do believe that it is a calling. I believe that the nature of our incarnation in a human form is to discover who we are at the core of our being in our flesh, our body, our thoughts, our emotions, our ideas, our world, and the environment of our whole experience we call life itself. It's all together, it's a package. It isn't just one thing or one experience. I want to read to you a quote that comes directly from the writings of Paramahansa Yogananda, who was the founder of the Self-Realization Fellowship in Los Angeles in the last century. And the writings come from a book containing most of his major spiritual philosophy entitled The Divine Romance. Quote, "Since everyone's ultimate desire is to be happy and to have the joy of making others happy, and since God is the source of all happiness, there is no way you can avoid him. And why should you? All else will betray you with lies and false promises, for naught but God can give you true and lasting joy. In the beginning of life, in the middle of life, at the end of life, seek the happiness of the presence of your God, because that alone will free you forever from all sorrows. If you think money will give you happiness, you are wasting your time. It will never do so. If you are seeking human love, you will find in God a love that is a multi-million times greater. To find God is to receive everything the heart craves. And whatever you think you need, you will find fulfilled in God. To be spiritual is to open doors to health, happiness, and success. Therefore, a study of scientific conduct of life, the understanding of the principles of the way life works, is really important. To learn how to banish suffering and attain the joy that cannot be taken away is something marvelously practical. If I had not made this study from my childhood, I would have made a horrible failure of my life," unquote. Yogananda was trained in India, and there's a long story behind his work in which he came to America as a young man and established Eastern thought as a way to put it into words for the American consciousness. But it is the work that he did that I really want to speak to briefly today, and yet to somehow involve you in thought, to take you deeper. Our work, I believe, is to really call forth our own nature, what we in various psychological systems have come to call our authentic self. There are many systems of study and exploration now that attempt to explore skills and talents, latent abilities, and all kinds of ways that we can be in service to life. And these come from every major discipline that we know of in our academic systems. Many of us have studied biology and medicine and mathematics. We've enjoyed teaching if we are a teacher, or we've enjoyed business if we are in business. We learn about art and music. We learn about systems of healing such as yoga, mind-body systems, aromatherapy, and many other disciplines, all of which help to bring us into a balance with our body, our emotional, mental, and spiritual makeup. But our real work is to unfold, uncover, discover our own nature. I do not think that our work is to become a medical doctor, or to become a successful banker, or to become a successful real estate entrepreneur, or to achieve as much money as we possibly can amass in the world of flesh and form. We recently have learned in America, and for that matter around the world, about a man, Jeff Bezos, who is the owner of Amazon and all its involvement in the earth. During the pandemic, it is reported, if it is accurate, that he earned in a single day $13 billion. In a single day. Because so many men and women and children, for that matter, and many children now can go onto Amazon and order just about anything, or maybe anything for that matter, because it is such an opportunity, a business opportunity that is available in our culture. Now, I'm not putting that down. I'm not in any way judging it. I'm in no way criticizing it. I am in no way saying it shouldn't be. What I am saying is that for those men and women that feel it is important to achieve great success in the outer world, may that blessing be indeed a blessing to them and to all the men, women, and children that they reach and touch in their lives. But your life, my life, our life, whatever we do in this life is to be the best man, to be the best woman that we can be in the earth. I suspect that when our journey is complete and we step beyond the veil of flesh and form, and we are met somehow by the great source of all life, however that experience may be available to us, I cannot imagine that we will be asked how much money we left in our bank for our family, or for our wife, or our husband, or our children, or grandchildren. I cannot imagine that we will be asked about the size of our real estate holdings, or the number of children that we had, or the number of marriages that we had, or the love affairs that we had or didn't have, as the case may be. I think it is more, perhaps, about what it is that we are as a man, as a woman, in our being. How do we do love? How do we do compassion? How do we do care? How do we offer healing in our world? One of the great experiences that we all see in our lives right now as a result of the pandemic which swirls around us is that there are a lot of weaknesses in all of the great cultures of our world. The human condition is in some way very weak, isn't it? And we see all the shortcomings that are in our society. And now, with the ease of social media intercourse and media attention, everyone that has a voice and wants to say something about it can have a place in the world to offer that voice. But what's wrong with the culture is not where I'm going. Where I'm going is that our work is to make our contribution as a man, as a woman, as a being, where we are, among the people that we live, among the men and women and children that we live, whether they are our family or our neighbors, our friends, our groups, our churches, our social communities, and so on. That's where we make our contribution as a man, as a woman. It is wonderful to see accomplishment in the outer world. Recently in our city, as all of you know who follow the affairs of our particular city, we've opened a new attraction called the Pier, the St. Petersburg Pier. For those of you that have had a chance to see it, it's quite a remarkable accomplishment for all the reasons that it exists to bless our city. And it has involved a lot of service from a lot of people, and it has been an expensive operation for all the reasons that that happens in the earth. But what is also important is to remember that you and I have our own contribution to make. If you have children, for those of you that do have children, you have blessings in your life. May those children bless you, and may you bless them. May you be a blessing to them, and may you be an illustrator of the teachings of your soul to them by the way you live your life. If you don't have children, there are plenty of children to go around. The world is full of children. Abandoned children, abused children, children who have no parents, or at least none at the moment, and need the attention of a loving man, of a loving woman, of a loving group of people who will take care in some way to help them become part of the world community. I think when we look at the picture of the divine, we are looking at the human world and all of its imperfections and accepting it as it is, not judging it, just accepting it as it is. One of the great lessons we all have in our lives is not to judge the world by appearances. How many of us had the opportunity in our life to be with a particular man or woman with whom we had a wonderful opportunity to be in severe judgment? Have you ever fallen in love with someone that didn't love you back in the way you thought he or she should? And if they did, it wasn't enough, was wrong, too much, too little, too late, whatever. All of that has to ultimately fall away so that we begin to see the being behind the way in which he or she expresses who she is. Our real work, you see, is a divine work where we come to know who we are at the depth of our being, and not just by the way in which we behave toward one man, toward one woman, toward one child. Finally, I want to say to you, because this is a huge topic, as you can see, whatever we do, do it in love, respect, and regard for life, in every man, every woman, every child. Honor all life, all beings. And during this time where there is widespread fear, because somehow there is great fear of death, as all of us know. This virus, of course, attacks people in a way that are vulnerable. And if they cannot recover or do not recover, they leave the earth. But we're all going to leave the earth anyway, at some point. Whether it's a virus or it's, as we say, of natural causes. I love that phrase, natural causes. Nobody knows what that means. It just means you're done with your life and you leave the life behind. We need to bless our own life and our own people and our own message in the world by the way we behave. So every man you meet, every woman you meet, every child you meet, whether they're in your family or outside of your family, bless them. And whether you see people in masks or you don't, just bless them. Because part of your place in the world, as is my place in the world now, is to respect one another and not recoil in fear because something bad is going to happen. Let go of all of the crazy conspiracy theories that are out there. And don't go looking them up. They're not worth the effort. There are really some outrageous things that are on the internet now and being touted on public media as to the causations of what's going on in our world. Fear has always been with us. Our greater work is to love. And the work of our people, this ministry, and you and me together with each other and in the world in which we live, is to be the best model of the love and respect we have for ourselves and for each other in the world of flesh and form. I love you. Thank you. And now I invite Carol to bring us to a very beautiful piece of music. Love is my decision. Carol?
Thank you. Before I do start the song, though, there's a couple of things that I would like to say, mainly to the people that might be watching us on YouTube and Facebook. We have a used book sale here at the temple, be going on for a month. And each week, new books will be brought forward, so there's always fresh selection. And we invite you to come to the temple and look the books over. Now, the telephone number here at the temple is 727-822-8628. And you can call to make an appointment, or you can come down on Sunday and visit us while we're having service and look through the books. But we are open. Terry Lake is the bookstore manager, and she will let you in for an appointment, and you have as much time as you would like to look through the books and see if there's anything that you'd love to take home with you, which I'm sure there will be. Second of all, we have a barrel for the free clinic. We're giving food, non-perishable food products for the people that have lost their jobs, and there's a lot of needy people out there, a lot of families that are in need. And we are working on our fifth barrel. And if you don't want to bring food, you're more than welcome to make a cash donation or a check donation as well. But we've got a very easy way that you can do this. You just drive up. You can call us first. Let us know that you're going to be bringing food. Drive up to the temple. Just set your bags by the door. There's a little doorbell here by the front door. You ring that, and then you can be on your way. And we'll have someone come and bring the food in for the food barrel. Last thing I'd like to say is I want you to go to our website. It's www.tlgtemple.org, and look us up, see what we're about, and we invite you to come down here for Sunday service. Now for the final song, it's called Love is My Decision, and it's got a wonderful message, so please listen to the words. Love is my decision. It's up to me to give of my heart. Love is my decision. No one else can tell me to start. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to
stand on that bridge. Love is my decision. No one else can make me forgive. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision. My decision right here and now. I know you know the words and you just want to sing, don't you? But don't. Not yet. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down that road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision. My decision right here and now. Love is my decision. It's up to me to dance down the road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision. My decision right here and now. My decision right here and now. Ooh, I like that song. Woo! Thank you. Have a wonderful day.